Guerrilla Collective brought so much heat this year that one presentation simply wasn't enough to contain all this goodness. Day 2 featured a ton of amazing indie announcements, and narrowing down the list to just 10 games was no easy feat. But I've managed to do just that, so here are 10 games from Guerrilla Collective Part 2 that you should wishlist and play right now. No time for fancy intros, let's get right into the list. First up is BPM Bullets Per Minute, and I really need to play this game. The rhythm action FPS was released on PC last year, but it's getting a much anticipated Xbox One and PS4 release this summer by way of new publishing label Platonic Friends. Shoot, reload, and slay your way to the beat in a randomly generated dungeon where one missed note could mean the end. I'm ready to experience this wonderful concoction of rhythm and FPS action, and shout out to the devs for including numerous accessibility features in-game to make that more possible for me. At number 9, we have Ramen. Ramen is a frantic and fun arena shooter for 2 to 8 players, which pits cooks against each other for culinary superiority. I'm loving the list of game modes, and while this does give off some Splatoon vibes, it's clearly its own thing, and being able to play an arena shooter that does not take itself too seriously is something I like to see. Number 8 is Fire Girl, and what immediately stands out to me is how well those 2D sprites pop against the 3D backgrounds, which along with the use of shadows adds a nice level of depth and is very eye-catching indeed. In Fire Girl, you take the role of a young rescue officer starting her career saving civilians and putting out fires in randomly generated blazes. There's a firehouse that you can rebuild as well, which I definitely want to see how that works into the overall loop. Number 7 is Demon Turf, and let me just say that I cannot get enough 3D platformers in my life, and this is no exception. Not only am I excited for Demon Turf because I love 3D platformers, but also because I adored Fabraz's previous game Slime Song, so I'm fairly certain this is going to be a great one too. With multiple abilities and movement options galore, I'm going to have a ton of fun with this one, but I'll leave the speedrunning to the professionals.
it's time for my butt to sit on your throne. Yo.
At number 6, we have Unmetal, a humorous 2D stealth action game that pays homage to the classics such as the Metal Gear franchise. This gets my award for funniest trailer of this summer's slate of showcases, and I can't wait to see more witty quips and plenty of satire. But just saying the game looks funny is selling it short. It also looks genuinely fun to play, and I'll be digging into the demo this week.
Hey, a coin! Hey, buddy, I have no paper.
Here you are.
You saved my ass, literally.
You stole a one-eyed man's patch? That patch turned out to be handy to create a lethal weapon. What were you gonna shoot? Pebbles? Depleted uranium balls. The sewer was infested with assassin rats. Felt like I was a huge chunk of cheese.
Who's there? Damn cat. Who's there?
Another cat!
Look! The landmine! Wait!
It's kill or be killed.
Number 5 features Loot River, a procedurally generated isometric action roguelike with a super unique traversal and strategic mechanic that immediately caught my eye. In Loot River, you'll be able to slide platforms like Tetris pieces, puzzling your way through intense battle sections in dark fantasy labyrinths. Seeing how sliding those platforms factors into the gameplay with strategic isolation of certain enemies gets me excited to see all the possible ways to use that mechanic to your advantage. At number 4, we have Akatori, and I was so happy to see more from this one. I initially wishlisted the game last year after being immediately drawn to the beautiful pixel art. Akatori is a Metroidvania slasher platformer where you'll be chaining combos and finding secrets while making allies along the way. The part that captivates me the most is the switching between 2 dimensions that looks awesome every time I see it in action. At number 3, we have Batora Lost Haven, and this trailer was absolutely stunning. In this hack and slash action RPG, you'll be tasked with facing numerous challenges with your physical or mental abilities, which are further represented by a dual health bar, tracking both your physical and mental health. You'll be switching between physical and mental modes to solve puzzles and to engage in combat, which sounds really cool, and I want to know more about how mode switching will factor in as the story progresses. At number 2, we have Origami II. Have you ever seen a trailer for a game in a series that got you more interested in going back and playing that series' origins? If you have, let me know in the comments below, but that happened for me when watching the segment on Origami II. I know of the series, but never played the first one. After seeing Origami II, not only do I want to play the newest entry that looks amazing, but I also want to play Origami I first. Looks like I'll have to get on that quickly, as Origami II is set to release this September.
I ask all of you to get prepared. We fight for the freedom of the Ramen Valley and to find the cure for the evil that afflicts us. Feel how the darkness surrounds you and gives you strength. Hurry before we lose our humanity and become mere shadows of our former selves. In time, you'll need to unleash all your slumbering shadow powers to defeat this ever-threatening enemy.
We're not alone.
At number 1, we have a game that has been shown off in many presentations this summer, and for good reason. Sable continues to look breathtaking, and the combination of its unique art style and original soundtrack all seem to work together so harmoniously. I'm ready to climb, hover, glide, find collectibles, and customize my sweet bike in what is shaping up to be an unforgettable adventure. Thankfully, the wait for Sable is not too much longer, with it set to release in late September. And there we have it, 10 games from Guerrilla Collective Day 2 that you should check out right now. Make sure, as always, to wishlist any game you enjoy, as it helps the developers. I'll have links to all the games featured along with the full Guerrilla Collective presentation and the Guerrilla Collective Steam page in the description. Let me know what games stood out to you from this list in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like as it helps the visibility of this video, and if you could, please subscribe as it helps out the channel quite a bit. Thank you in advance to those that do so, and thanks for watching the video. I hope to see you again in the next one.